I think one should be very careful before one dismisses or over analyzes Boris. Boris is, as he's proven almost all his life, a maverick. And so for Farage to go on the Laura Newsberg show this morning and to claim that at least 10 Conservative MPs would be ready to form a new party, and of them, by implication, Boris, who would take the lead, the assumption that Farage would have is that new party would be very firmly to the right of the Conservative Party. I don't think with Boris at its helm, that's necessarily an assumption that one can make. Boris is, after all, a populist. He has been persuaded that green things are positive as well. He has a social agenda, and I think it may well be that with Boris at the helm, he would realise that trade, not getting the boats, stopping the small boats, is the priority of any future government. The obsession with the intricacies of a Home Office that is not working, I think that's something that a Boris-led movement may well get to grips with, or may well expose. I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility. I don't think this is something that a Labour government under Starmer would be interested in doing. But equally, if Boris and his Farage constructed organisation with Priti Patel, with Andrea Jenkins, with, who's the non-entity who resigned yesterday, Nigel Adams. Nigel Adams apart, these are big names. These are, in terms of name recognition alone, this would not be UKIP. Certainly it would not be UKIP Light or UKIP Remade. This would be something significantly more challenging. This would be something where we know the people involved. And it might indeed even be something that could be a kingmaker in a way that, at the moment, Humza Yousaf thinks he is. Humza Yousaf may be wrong, because if Humza Yousaf is a kingmaker, he will expect Scottish independence to be on the agenda within 5 years. I think if Boris were manipulating events, as only Boris can, things may turn out quite differently. I don't think we will necessarily see the revival of the Conservative Party. I think that is doomed. We might see a form of proportional representation proposed. We might see, we might even see the Labour Party propped up by Boris. We might see a Liberal coalition. There's no end of possibilities, but I don't think we should write Boris off just yet simply because he is a liar. There's many liars who have achieved extraordinary success in this world. And our obsession at the moment with politicians lying, well, politicians have lied for centuries. That's why they're politicians. It's not lying which is the great failure with politicians, it's the lack of success. And it's the failure to keep that lie hidden. It's exposure which is the failure of a politician. And Boris has bounced back before from exposure. Boris could well bounce back again, and we have to be very, very aware. And the only people who need to be worried about that, I think, are the present Conservative Party. The rest of us, I think, Boris may not be such a disaster leading a smaller party. A bit of Boris bluster could go a long way to reforming our political system. And I would suggest particularly proportional representation. It's the only way, after all, that he knows it's the only way that he is ever likely to achieve the keys to number 10 again.